Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast powered by TSH Tennis. I'm Yousef.
Hi, I'm Ismaeel.
Hey guys, I'm Haroon.
We have so much to talk about this week. We have everything that happened in Dubai, all the interesting things that went down in Acapulco, and also a fun week in Santiago, Chile also. And then we also need to get into Indian Wells upcoming. Well, let's get into this as fast as possible. First off, we have the champions of the week, powered by Head. Ismaeel, I think you're going to be happy with this one. It's Dubai.
Ladies and gentlemen, my boy is back. My boy is back. I've been waiting for this forever. It seems like it's been a lifetime to have Stefanos Tsitsipas finally lifting a trophy. I'm so happy for him. Yousef, you know, at the beginning of the week, after that first round match against Sonego,
Yeah.
first of all, I told you it's a tricky match, and I told you after he won, I told you he looked good. He reminded me of the Stefanos of old. The Stefanos I'm used to seeing whipping the forehands,
That might have
attacking
been
aggressively.
his worst match of the tournament, but okay.
What?
That might have been his worst match of the tournament.
And he played awesome. For me, he played much better than I am used to seeing.
Yeah.
Sonego he just had a great run in Australia. You saw what Sonego is capable
I
of.
love Sonego, yeah.
And that was a big win. I was so excited to see that. And then, wow, he just took off from there. What a run he had all the way to the title. It was not no cakewalk. He had to face. So Sonego, Khachanov with a tough match. Khachanov, he took it in the final set. Khachanov was serving for that first set that he eventually won. He then had Berrettini.
My guy.
Yeah, you're the
I
guy.
picked him.
And Berrettini, you had him. You had a good run as
Close.
well.
It was close.
Berrettini 4-all in the third set. 15-40 down. Double break point down. He comes up with the goods. There was a clutch half volley. He saved one of those break points with. And then he took the set. And he won the match. Unbelievable comeback. Great match against Greek Sport. We're going to talk about him later.
Yeah.
And then in the final, I felt like he just finally found his form. Like he just finally found his composure of old. And, you know, he's been unlucky in these ATP 500 finals, but he finally came through against Auger, another really solid player at the moment who's in excellent form.
Seasons.
Maybe his best season of his life. I was really impressed with what I saw from Tsitsipas. The backhand quality we saw is the highest we've ever seen it, or probably the highest we've ever seen it.
In the semifinal match.
In the semifinal, 9.8 they had it at, and you can see that he's feeling more confident.
Yeah, I think he had 10 winners and maybe one error.
We've not seen that from the backhand side. We saw at the beginning of the year, he was making comments about, I need an effing truck behind it. He can't get the power. Maybe something about that racket switch that he's had going on. We're going to talk about that a bit later, but he found
those
something.
backhand down the lines, huh?
Yeah, and he's finally hitting them down the line. I was really wondering what was going to be the outcome after he lost in that first round match against Hamed on one leg. I was like, this could be detrimental.
I thought it was going to go downhill.
I thought
It went the exact opposite.
Yeah, and I thought it was going to be the same thing that we see from Zverev now, kind of that same type of dip in confidence. But no. And to be fair, he didn't play bad against Hamed. Hamed was just lighting it up with the forehands.
That's an unacceptable loss.
It's still an unacceptable loss, but especially for him, for a player of his stature, I think he showed us why he's resilient. I think he showed us why he's been a perennial top 10 player. He's back in the top 10. Welcome back, Stefanos. Yeah. I am so excited to see this. Very excited for the clay season and what's to come. I think we're going to have a super fun season.
Haroon, what do you think of Tsitsipas's run then?
I told you I was an overreaction. You really thought that Tsitsipas was going to leave the top 20? He's too good of a player, man. Like you have to respect his game. You have to respect the history that he has so far. This guy's been like, it feels like he's been, in tennis for over a decade now. It just feels like he's been there for so long. He's had a lot of great runs and great tournaments, but it was a great run, by the way. He beat a lot of good players. He beat Auger, he beat Greek Sport, and he beat Khachanov. Like, these are all top players, very, very solid. But just also to put this into perspective, just to show how amazing, to put it into perspective, Tsitsipas is, his game. Tsitsipas owns all of these players that he played. So he owns Sonego, 4-0 against him. He owns Khachanov, 9-1 against him. And he owns Auger-Aliassime also, 6-3. And the boy's a beast. Maybe he had
7-3. I think 7-3.
7-3 now. 7-3 now, obviously, yeah. But the boy's a beast. You just have to respect his game. And when I watch him, just like my litmus test is to see how does he feel when he plays that backhand. Is he running away from it? Is he really standing tall and hitting that backhand either cross or down the line, whatever it is, and he's not trying to run away and go to his forehand. But I felt like this tournament he wasn't doing that so much. He was like staying firm. Okay, I'm gonna play my backhand, and he was confident in hitting it, and he had a lot of nice down the line backhands, and it was quite nice. And I think maybe the racket change could be a big difference. But yeah, just even without the racket change, I thought Tsitsipas is too smart of a player to just lie down and let himself go out to the top 20. Great win, great run, awesome, well deserved from Tsitsipas. It's nice to see also his behavior. He's happy. He's enjoying tennis. It's awesome. It's nice to see this mature version and nice, relaxed. Somebody that's enjoying the game. You feel like he's enjoying tennis and he's happy when he wins. It's cool. I love it. What do you think, Yousef?
Yeah, Stefanos Tsitsipas is a player that tennis needs. You need someone who has so much variety in his game. The ability to stand in the back and defend, the ability to come forward and attack the net. And he's fun to watch.
He's really fun.
He's a fun player to watch. And my biggest issue was I just felt like the vibes I got from him. I'm like when I'm watching him play, it's not the same guy. When I used to watch him, this man is as hungry as they come on tour. This man, he fights so hard. You feel like he wants it so much. I didn't feel like that was the case for a while. And I didn't feel like that was the case last week when he was playing against Medvedev. So the fact that it changed completely this week is a great thing. And I'm happy that I'm wrong with my prediction. And I'm happy that someone like Stefanos Tsitsipas is maybe finding his way back and gaining that confidence at the most opportune time, because he loves the clay and he has to defend that Monte Carlo Masters. So if he can get some form, get some confidence this next during the Sunshine Double and find his way into the clay swing, who knows? Who knows? Are we going to see Stefanos of old making it to Grand Slam finals, potentially winning some? I'm very happy for him. I think also the same way last week was a big week for Andrei Rublev. I think this was a big week for Stefanos Tsitsipas also.
It's good for that generation to have those wins.
Yeah.
After that first round loss against Mickelson, I think we all were really doubtful about what's the future ahead.
Not really.
I saw there was pop in his step this tournament, and the forehand was popping.
Yeah.
He was crushing it. He was crushing it.
He was clutch.
3 years ago we were talking about, or 4 years ago we were talking about him. He has the biggest forehand and one of the biggest forehands in the game, and it looked like he's recovering some of that.
2019 ATP Finals.
I don't feel like his forehand ever dipped though. He always had a great forehand.
But it was popping more.
To me, it's just the overall confidence.
It's
you
confidence.
can see him
100%.
walking.
It's a
He
mental
walks
thing.
how he walks, just how he walks. It's a package.
I told you guys, ever since he had that elbow issue, and in the off season he came back in Australia. I think it was 2022. Even though I think from since then he's been unable to hit the backhand the same way. He's been struggling. I don't know if I pointed to that point. That was a turning point for the backhand quality. Yeah. But we saw the backhand looks good now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe also his forehand, he started to put less topspin on it. He always, for some time, he's been playing with a lot of topspin. And he's playing more flat and less topspin.
I don't know. He's talking about he's improving as a player. So
the fight goes on. But also super funny how Djokovic posted that nobody beats Stefanos Tsitsipas 12 times in a row at the ATP 500 level. It was so funny.
It was awesome.
So it's nice to see him break that curse. Maybe my man Andrei Rublev can break that curse in quarterfinals of Grand Slams. Maybe it happens soon.
They're due.
We'll see. Well, let's go to South America, where we had a very interesting tournament. Acapulco, the top seeds fell like flies. Food poisoning was all over. Very interesting week, but an amazing champion emerged. And that is Thomas Machac winning Acapulco. Haroon, what did you think of his run?
Awesome, man. Awesome. We've been talking about these Czechs for a long time. Like, we've talked about, like, Machac and Jakubčević and all the other in Lehečka. But this is Machac taking the lead and, showing everybody that how great of a player he is. And it's been a long time coming. Like, we knew it was coming sometime, that he's finally going to, like, win a title. And this is obviously going to be a stepping stone for more and bigger titles these years to come. it was awesome to see. Like it was a nice run. Also, he beat a lot of good players. He beat Leonard Tien, who took out Sasha Zverev, which was quite good. Leonard Tien is emerging as a superstar as well, and he beat also his fellow compadre Jakub Menchik. It was great. Just also to say, like this past 12 months, which was awesome for Machac. Like he beat Djokovic, he beat Alcaraz, he won a gold medal in the Olympics, and first ATP title. You know, and he's also gonna crack up into the top 20. Awesome stuff, man. Great to see. I love to see it. What do you think, Ismaeel?
Yeah, I want to give it over to you, Yousef, because you're really high on Machac. So
Yeah, I'm high on the Czechs in general, and I think Thomas Machac is one of the guys I love the three. I think the entire tennis world loves the Czech tennis at the moment. Machac looks like he's the one. Maybe he's the one who's going to make the rise the fastest, because this was, like you said, Haroon, this was a long time coming. And Thomas Machac, ever since I saw him play, to me, the first time he stood out when he was playing against Djokovic in Dubai 2 years ago, I'm like, whoa, what's this guy? This guy's playing some amazing tennis. He lost the match, but he gave Djokovic fits.
yeah, and he can wreck the ball.
Yeah, and then so I expect something from this guy. He looks like he's gonna be good, and he kept improving. And then we saw in Shanghai he made a deep run, and then we saw also he played some good tennis at the beginning of the season when he was in the United Cup when he was up against Fritz and he was crushing Fritz. Then the cramps came. So this is an amazing run for him. This is an amazing week. Again, also like Tsitsipas, this is a big confidence booster. Confidence can go a long way. And especially when you win a tournament, an ATP 500, which is not a big title, but it's the next big thing. So, and taking down some good players along the way. It's not like it was, top seeds fell earlier than we expected, but hats off to him, because he had an amazing run, an amazing week of tennis, and he loves the hard courts, and he's going into the Sunshine Double. Let's see what happens there. Should we expect something from him? I think we should. Potentially make his way up the ranks. Are we going to look at him in the top 10 soon? Who knows? But love it for him. I think this is gonna be a big confidence booster for him moving on.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I think of Machac, I think his body has kind of betrayed him a little bit in having deep runs. He's been dealing with some injuries over the past year, despite having nice results, like you guys mentioned. And you know, I think he got really lucky this tournament, to be honest. Like, this is for a title run.
But you need some luck, though.
You need some luck.
He has to follow through, and he did follow through.
No disrespect to his opponents, but it was a bit lucky for a finals run, for a title run. But he showed that he's clutch. He did what he had to do. He covered business. It's going to be good for his confidence. And let's see what this brings forward as we go. I think also, like, he's still a young player, so that's really good for him to see. I remember hearing one of the commentators talk about Czech players. They tend to reach their prime later in their age, like around the 27, 28, Berdych.
Really?
Something. I heard someone talk about that, and so if we believe so, or if we are going to stereotype them that way, he's ahead of schedule. If he's already winning, him and Lehečka are both of them been able to beat Alcaraz. The Czechs showed that they can, and he's the kind of player who believes he can beat top players, which I really like about Machac.
He has so much confidence in himself.
Yeah, and he moves really well.
Yeah. And
I think mentally he still has an upgrade to do, but he looks good. I'm excited to see.
And as he progresses, and as he gets more wins under his belt, his shorts get shorter also.
Yeah, we have to. What's up with the shorts there? I think like by the end of the season, he's going to be wearing he's going to be wearing tidy whities.
He loves to pull them up.
It keeps getting shorter and shorter as time passes.
Yeah. Well, the last tournament we had this week, Santiago 250 in Chile. The final's still going to be played, but we do have two amazing finalists that we want to talk about. We can't move on without talking about them. We have Sebastian Baez yet again making it to final. This man just dominates the South American.
He's on a tear.
He's the king of South America.
He's awesome.
And we have Laszlo Djere, who is also having a nice run, having an interesting run. Ismaeel, what do you think of these two guys?
Yeah, I think Sebastian Baez is one of the players that just does not get the respect he deserves.
No, he doesn't.
At
By the
all.
way, can I just add something here? Last week when we were talking about Sebastian Baez winning Rio, we said he's like Diego Schwartzman light. No, he's not. He has like if he wins actually in Santiago, he's gonna have double the amount of titles that Diego Schwartzman has.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
insane.
he's gonna have 8.
That's gonna be awesome. That's
so we need to give him the respect he deserves.
Max respect. Another player who's just physically you don't expect that from, and he also plays a fun style. He punishes the ball and he's moving really well. I like a lot watching Sebastian Baez, and it's gonna be a fun final. And congrats to him for a great week.
Yeah, but I do want to highlight something from Laszlo Djere, which is also very inspirational. And, he lost his mom when he was 16 years old, and he lost his dad when he was 23. He's 28 now, I think. And I think every single match he points up to the sky after he wins. So it's a very inspirational thing. Like, every day that Laszlo Djere does something, like any match he wins, it's a win because he's fighting through maybe the toughest thing any human can fight through. So I think hats off to him for not making an ATP final is great, but just doing what he's doing is just an inspirational thing overall.
It's awesome. It takes some strength and maturity, and that's why it can convert into tennis glory.
Yeah. I
Nice
want
to
him
see.
to win this tournament. It would be nice to see.
Yeah, it would be nice to see. How can I root against him now?
Yeah.
You make me cry right now.
Haroon, any thoughts on these two guys?
Yeah, like it's my saying, how can I go against him? Well, I want him to win, but just also like I don't know. It's gonna be really tough to beat Sebastian Baez in South America. He's playing with. He's probably gonna have overwhelming support there, and Laszlo is a Serb, so I don't know if there are many Serbians that are gonna be supporting him in Chile. Or anything else, but Sebastian Baez is a beast. He's an insane clay courter. Might also, like, when it's all said and done, one of the best clay courters of all time. Really, like it's
whoa.
This is like
That's a high praise. I won't go there yet.
He's picking up so many points, so many wins and titles. It's crazy. He needs.
Let's see a deep run at Roland Garros before we can say that.
Let's see.
We'll see. But
who do you have winning it?
Stats wise, but yeah, like. Sebastian Baez.
Who wins it then?
Sebastian Baez is too good. I think he's gonna have to win. Although Laszlo won Rio before, and he beat actually Team. Like when he won Rio and he beat Team, so he's actually a beast on clay court. He has two titles on clay, outdoor clay as well.
Serbians love the clay.
Yeah.
Then who do you have winning it?
No, I think I have
Djere or Baez?
I have Sebastian Baez winning it.
After all that, you have Baez. Who do you have winning it?
I'm going with my heart here. I'm going with Laszlo. Like, let's see. Let's get that title run. Although last time I picked against Sebastian Baez, it did not work out.
I
can't go. I want to see Djere win it, but Sebastian Baez, he looks like he's the king of South America.
Okay, so I'm the only one taking Laszlo. Let's go Laszlo. Laszlo.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay, guys. Let's move on to the biggest winner of the week.
7 Australian Opens, 15 slams.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Come on, guys. We want to shed some light on some of these great players. Yousef, who's your biggest winner of the week?
So many people had amazing weeks outside the champions that deserve some love, but I'm gonna go with the one and only Quentin Halys. What a week!
Amazing.
What a week! Like I was amazed at the level of tennis that he was showing, especially in that Rublev match. That Rublev match, by the way, and Andre Rublev, you can say, oh, he's coming off of that week in Doha, he's probably tired, which is probably true. But Andre Rublev was playing good tennis that match, and Halys just found ways. He kept finding ways like, okay, maybe Rublev's going to take control here. I think in the final set, that 4-all or something, he had 3 break points, and Halys held his serve, won, and then they went on, and then in the final set, tie break, wins it in as clutch of a fashion as you could as can be. And not only did it stop there, he went on to beat RBA, and then he went on to beat Luca Nardi, who's also playing really good tennis. And then Eventually it ended there, but amazing run by him. And I just want to say something, which is to me like when I'm watching him play, this man is the coolest guy you can see in changeovers. He's always sitting down and he has like one legs on top of each other, and you feel like he's sitting in a cafe in Paris. He's not playing a tennis match. He's sitting down on the other side. The guys are just like, and Alice is just on the other side. Oh, he's wiping his face. He's drinking his water, and he's enjoying his time on court. And then he gets up 2 more games of just as tough, like the tenacious tennis. So I love when guys like Alice may have deep runs and have good weeks of tennis, because every now and then, tennis is so hard. And if you can break through and have that 1 week that gives you the motivation, gives you the drive to keep fighting during those weeks where sometimes there's some down weeks and down months. So it's always nice to have something like this that can catapult you forward and give you some juice to push through throughout the season. So that was my biggest win. I have other ones, but none as big as Alice.
Awesome from Alice. Yeah. Awesome.
You have one?
Yeah, for me, I have to mention him. Mr. Talon Griekspoor, welcome.
I love Talon Griekspoor.
That was
Go
awesome.
ahead, though.
I mean, this is our Bad Luck Brian Award from last year, because this guy just got really bad luck last year. He kept running into either Djokovic, Alcaraz, Sinner, or Zverev, Medvedev. Like, he had absolutely no luck, yet he was fighting. He faced those guys more than 12 times, I think, last year. He kept fighting all year long, and he was giving them tough matches. And you have to believe at some point this is going to translate into something. He's too good of a player.
Yes.
And guess what? I think this was the tournament we finally see it translate for him for some success, because he had a really nice run. So he, first of all, took out Steph Yulin in the first round, final set match.
Not an easy player.
Not easy player. That was a bloodbath match to go to the final set. Then he ends up running into the defending champion in round 2 in Hugo Humbert. Guess what? Another final set match. So he comes up clutch this time on the winning end of this match. Great. Guess what's your reward for running into Humbert? Only the number 1 seed in Daniil Medvedev. And guess what? Another very clutch performance.
Very clutch performance.
He was down match points in that second set.
Yes, he was.
And he was down, I think he faced 4 match points, I think, in that second set at 5-4 down. And then he was down 4-1 in that tie break. Ends up winning it 9-7. He even said after that match, I thought I was going home.
Yeah.
I thought I was going home. He wins that final set 7-5. He breaks Medvedev at 5-6. Amazing job to come up clutch.
Awesome.
So he had a bunch of final set matches before he ran into the Stefanos Tsitsipas, who we just saw right now. Is absolutely looking amazing. Yeah. Who also has never lost to Griekspoor, so he's going into that match probably with more confidence.
And Tsitsipas played his best match against Griekspoor.
Yeah, he really played amazing. The backhand especially played awesome. I think Griekspoor, nothing to fault him here, but he really played well. Yeah. Finally getting some top wins consecutively, which is going to be big for his confidence. Yeah. A player who doesn't really have any apparent weaknesses. We saw how in the run to the the Davis Cup finals, you played really well there too. So, really great week for Griekspoor. I'm excited to see what's to come.
I'm a really big fan of Talon, and I'm so high on him. And every time I watch him play, I'm like, his ranking doesn't do him justice.
It's not. It doesn't.
It does not do him justice, and we're gonna get into more of that about Talon Griekspoor and his ranking. But to me, this man, I love to watch him. I'm a big fan of his tennis, and I'm a big fan of his mentality, and I can't wait to see him rise even higher.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. He's a player who improves every year. I like it.
Okay, Haroon, you have one?
Yeah, I have to say it's ADF, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina. It's I feel bad for Fokina. Now he's his second final in 3 weeks, and he still loses. He can't convert. He's 0-3 on finals now. But still, that's great, Like he deserves to be the biggest winner. That's rightfully so. He's a good player. Like we've expected, early on that we saw Fokina as a great player, and he's super fun. Brings a lot of energy, and it's his style of play is nice. But I felt bad for him when Machac was when he was in the post tournament ceremony, and congratulations to Thomas Machac. I don't know how it feels like, but I'm sure it feels amazing. That was quite sad, I wanted him to win it there, but still awesome. He had a great run, and especially that match against Shapov. Denis Shapovalov. It was a roller coaster of a match. He won it in straights, both at 7-6, 7-6. But it was quite clutch. Like, he was up 4-1, and then he let Shapovalov come back into the match, and oh wow, Shapovalov. Yeah, and then he let Shapovalov come back into the match. He was like, oh wow, is he gonna choke this one? But he turns out he put some rabbit out of his hat, and he came back and he stayed composed. He took it to a tie break. Shapovalov was serving for the set. He was serving for the set, and it was apparent to be that it was gonna go for final set, and then Fokina took it back, and he brought it back to the tie break, and he came up super clutch. That was insane shots, insane winners, whipping some forehands down the line. It was like, whoa, where in the world is this coming from? But awesome man from him. And I think Fokina is going to do some great things this year. He's he's focusing. He's really staying committed and disciplined. So excited to see.
Yeah, it's just awesome. Honestly, I can't wait to see what he does in the future.
Yeah, and last final thing I just want to mention though, Yousef, Fokina came up super clutch in his first round match against your favorite player, Matteo Bellucci, saving 4 match points. Awesome to see. Your boy, what do you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, by the way, there's so many guys I love, and whenever they win, I'm happy. Davidovich Fokina is one of them. Well, Bellucci is now one of them. Greek Sport is one of them. There's so many guys I want to see win, and I'm happy for ADF, and I am sad that he didn't win a tournament, but I think it's coming. It's coming soon, and he's playing the tennis that he's capable of playing, and I think I'm telling you guys, I told you, after that Monte Carlo final when he went all the way and he beat Djokovic on his way to the final and eventually fell to Tsitsipas, I'm like, man, this guy, is he capable of becoming a top 10 player? Maybe so, if he can dominate on the clay. So I don't know, top 10, let's see about that, but I think at least top 20, maybe coming soon. We'll find out. But some honorable mentions, I do have some honorable mentions, and we need to Canadian tennis. Felix Auger-Aliassime, Denis Shapovalov having 2 really special seasons so far. Yeah, they were in the top 10. These guys were on their way to becoming superstars, but they're making their way back. Chapo back in the top 30. Felix back in the top 20. Canadian tennis was on the rise. Guess what? Resurgence. They're making their way back. So that's an honorable mention to them.
Yeah, they're looking great. I don't know if that's a big win for Canadian tennis or for those who get engaged and married, because both of them made those big moves.
Again, when you're engaged in marriage stuff.
Yeah, both it's an immediate thing. Both of them immediately after, they've been on the rise.
Okay. I guess
do some statistical analysis for that one.
Well, how about Popyrin though? Hasn't won Jack since Jack.
It will come.
Yeah, and also another biggest winner of the week. It's not that it might be controversial, but the biggest winner was food poisoning in Acapulco.
Oh, it's messed up.
How many players like Acapulco?
It ruined the tournament.
It absolutely ruined the tournament. But guess what? Food poisoning won so many guys. Sasha, Casper, Holger. How many other players? I do not know, but. Food poisoning won in Acapulco, and they are my honorable mention also. So good on food poisoning. Hate them, but they win.
Yeah. One more honorable mention for a woman who's making a breakthrough at the moment, Emiliana Arango. So she's on an 11-match win streak in Mexico. She's about to face Emma Navarro in the final. And actually, she's already jumped up 53 places in the rankings from 133 to 80. If she wins in the final, she beats Emma, she'll be up 77 places to 56 in the world.
That's amazing. That's a good run. That's gonna take her, that's gonna do her a world of good in slams and big tournaments,
main draws, and she's now no more qualies in these big tournaments.
Yeah.
Emiliana from Colombia, welcome.
Amazing to see. I love these big jumps. I love to see them.
It's awesome.
Good stuff. Okay, now dudes, cool dude moment of the week.
Oh my God, so much energy in this return. I love it for my story, Roach. Oh my God.
Ismaeel, take it away. What's your cool dude moment of the week?
So we have a funny one.
Yeah.
All right. So Luca Nardi and Martin Fucsovics, they were grinding it in the final round of the qualies, and Fucsovics took out Luca Nardi. He beat him straight sets.
Okay.
He won. It's over. Guess what happens? Luca Nardi, lucky loser, gets Martin Fucsovics in the first round of the tournament, and then he beats Fucsovics this time.
God.
And then he starts his run for the tournament.
Oh my God.
That's absolutely brutal. Like, how's that fair to Martin? For like, you take out the dude, Luca Nardi, a tough player, and then boom, you run into him again. Like, you already took him out once, you have to face him again. I mean, hilarious and awesome story for Luca Nardi. Fuchsovic's probably hating his life right now.
You know, we posted about this on TSH Tennis, and then I remember I commented, this is one of like the 1,576 reasons why we love tennis. It doesn't happen anywhere else, and it's so funny to see because it's not that uncommon. Also, you guy comes in with some revenge, and guess what? It's so crazy.
Yeah,
it's so crazy.
It can only happen in tennis. Awesome, hilarious.
Yeah. It's your rule, Yousef. Your rule, Yousef, also that whoever loses the first time should fear the next and the next time that they play each other.
Well, if you win closely, you should fear next time you play that player. Probably gonna be.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, one more. I need to honorable mention for my boy Tsitsipas.
What's up?
Because after he won the title in Dubai, he went to his Instagram addressing all his haters. And he said, they said my game was sinking, so I got myself a boat. Mic drop. Thank you, Stefanos. Welcome back to the game.
That was a mic drop moment, but we have to say, though, he also said his game was sinking when you say I need an effing truck behind my backhand. I don't feel the love. He just kept so many quotes from Stefanos Tsitsipas were coming out that said, like, he doesn't give a lick about tennis anymore or not as much as he did before. He said the hunger's not there, the drive, all these different things. Yeah. Why would people bet? Why would I bet on you if you're saying these things yourself? So
true.
So I guess he
also gave himself hate. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like it's coming out of like left field. It was right there in our faces.
True.
Yeah. Well, moving on, we had some crazy stuff going on this week, and they were the upsets. We need to talk about the upsets of the week. So many different tournaments were played. So many top seeds fell. Haroon, Ismaeel, you guys have some big upsets. Haroon, what's yours?
Well, I would like to say, first of all, it has to be Leonard Tien taking down Sasha Zverev. Sasha Zverev was obviously my winner. I would pick him to win this one. But
you tripled down on Sasha this week.
You went back to back to back.
Yeah, it's like
offer.
But how can you go against him Sasha Zverev go against him 3 times? Like, he has to win eventually. But Leonard Tien is a fantastic player, man. Dude's awesome. Dude is so smart. He's so fast. Also, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and he stays patient and he stays composed. Yeah, just awesome. He did mention though that. He didn't feel anything about the food and the food poisoning and stuff like that. So he was eating the same thing as everybody else. So he debunked kind of.
I think Sasha had I think they said he had some issues, but he didn't want to say.
Maybe.
I mean, credit to Sasha. He didn't bow out. At least he played.
He fought others.
But Leonard Tien is a beast, man. The dude is chopping up your favorite player. He's now undefeated against top 5 players, and it's awesome. Like the dude is emerging as a superstar. He's fun to watch. He's like, I feel like the sky's the limit for him right now. He plays with so much confidence, and he doesn't fear anybody. I think like he treats himself like he's the better player. It's awesome. Like
he's so confident. He's so mature.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I can't wait to see the story and how he rises. It's gonna be fun to see. Swen, do you have any?
Yeah, I think we have a couple. I mean, I think the one I enjoyed the most was David Goffin taking out Shelton. Because I did not see that match.
Why do you enjoy that?
Because I just love watching David Goffin play. Like and now he's like an older, seasoned veteran on tour. He doesn't get these big wins or the big title runs that he used to, or the deep runs that he used to. But he can just come out and have a great game plan and go ahead and execute. I felt like he did that against Shelton. He was more aggressive than Shelton. He was moving forward. I love his backhand. He always knows how to take that backhand down the line. It was a fun match. And I was impressed to see he's capable of these big wins. He just needs to do them consecutively. David Goffin And yeah, I was impressed.
Along the same lines of that upset, how about Marin Cilic taking down Alex de Minaur?
Wow.
That was a special
It's a
win.
good win,
And it's the same thing. Like these old guys.
He's ranked
like,
150 in the world right
yeah,
now.
like when it's it's very tricky because it on paper it's an amazing draw, right? It's an amazing. Oh, you got number 150 in the world, and who is it? It's Marin Cilic, a Grand Slam champion. And Cilic, no, you never want to face someone like Cilic. You never want to face someone like Goffin for one match. You never want to face a Wawrinka. Like same thing with Murray before he retired. No, I don't want. You don't want to go up against these guys because in one match they can bring out that magic again and they can take you down. Maybe next match they go down easily because they don't have the energy in the tank. But credit to Cilic, amazing win. I think it was very clutch. Demon was tried to fight back and he took that second set, and then in the final set he broke him and then he held serve, then he closed out in the end. Love it for Marin Cilic, amazing win. Also a man that does not get enough credit on tour. Love to see him back and playing some good tennis. Last year we saw him win a tournament in Asia late in the year. Let's see, is Cilic going to make a nice run this year in the upcoming few months? But that was a fun one.
Yeah, he had a nice week. He had a nice week for sure.
And honorable mention just to my guy Alice because he took that win over Rublev. I know it was. People can say he's coming off that back-to-back from Doha, the quick turnover to Dubai. An amazing win, worthy of discussion. Again, worthy of noting. Amazing win, also a big upset.
Yeah, that was an awesome win. And I mean, we already talked about this dude, one of my biggest winner, Italian Greek sport, but take out Umber and Medvedev.
Iconic.
Those were big wins.
It really was an iconic run from him. I loved it.
Yeah, because he's showing he can beat the top guys and beat them in a row.
Yeah.
He played really well. I was impressed.
The man is an elite player.
He is.
He
has the game. He has the game.
I stand by it.
He has the game.
Anything else?
I would like to also say Fokina taking down Shapov. Like that was a really good win. I thought Shapov was in form. Shapov was, I think he was the favorite and he was playing better for, since the start of the season. Although, yeah, Fokina
I have no idea how
make a
in the world
final.
that's an upset to you. I have no idea how that's an upset.
To me, that was.
Davidovich Fokina was just in the final a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he was.
They're both close in ranking. I have no idea how this.
To me, I thought Shapov was the favorite to win that match. Shapov was he's been playing so well this season, especially at the end of last season. But it was a slight upset.
Yeah. Well, so many of these went down this week. You guys let us know, what was your biggest upset of the week?
All right, guys, let's move into one of our favorite segments.
Spicy, no spicy.
A little bit spicy. Sorry, not as spicy at all.
Yousef, hit us with it.
Well, this is one, I think maybe you guys have other ones, but this is one that stood out for me. And the WTA decided to rebrand. Apparently.
Why?
I do not know, and no one knows. But there's lots of, whenever you rebrand, there's always controversy because people don't like change. And WTA took that bold move and they made a change. And it will be to people that are watching, hopefully we're going to put the logo here for you to see. And let's compare the old with the new. And I felt like whenever you say WTA, to me, I think purple. And now they just put, now it's just pure green and I feel like there's no character to it. So to me, I was like, okay, I personally did not like it. I liked sticking with the purple. And I felt like it was synonymous with WTA tennis.
I like the old logo too. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. Maybe with time changes how it's going to look. But to me, that was the spicy take of the week of what
maybe they
people
would
thought
merge.
of the
Maybe
WTA
it's just
logo.
transition so they could merge someday to
Interesting.
try to make it look.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Closer to the ATP. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who
never know.
But why does merging?
Also now, I don't even understand the timing.
Yeah.
Either. Mid-season.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm not a fan at the moment. Let's see. Maybe it will grow on me.
Yeah.
We'll
But as
see.
of now,
We'll
not
see
the
later
biggest
on.
fan. Yeah.
Haroon, what about yours? You have one?
Yeah, well, this is maybe, I think this is an ongoing debate that keeps on happening, even not just in tennis, but also paddle and other sports as well, which is having, tournaments in places where nobody's, watching that much or you don't have a big audience, like, in these Gulf countries, but you have super packed stadiums and places like South America. So you had in Acapulco, the stadiums were packed, for watching not so highly ranked players. But in Dubai and other tournaments, you didn't have that many fans in the stadium. So kind of like,
can you repeat that? Can you repeat that, please? In Acapulco, there are not that many
no
high-ranked players. You said
no, like I mean, like some matches that some matches are packed, but they're not watching super high-ranked players. Like you're watching some quali matches or first round matches that they're not so big names, but it's packed. It's fully packed. But in other stadiums like Dubai or Qatar or whatever, like your top 10 players, and it's sometimes empty stadiums. Or we see also with the WTA finals when it was there, it was like it's super empty. Same thing in Saudi Arabia. So kind of like this is ongoing debate that everybody keeps on saying that South America deserves more tournaments there. You only have Argentina and Brazil and Mexico and Chile. Maybe deserves a few more. Maybe some bigger titles. Maybe a Masters 1000 even there, because I'm sure it's going to sell out. I'm sure everybody's going to be super excited and entertained. But it's going to be an ongoing debate because the Gulf region has money. The South America is not the same. But
I think you should have tournaments everywhere. Like this idea of they have tournaments in Mexico, they have tournaments in Argentina, Brazil, wherever. Like if you want, there need to be tournaments all around. Africa has nothing, by the way. Africa gets absolutely nothing.
That's true.
So South America should they have enough. How many tournaments are in the Middle East exactly? Dubai, Doha, and what else do they have? The fact they have 2 tournaments, that's a big issue.
And you got next gen in Jeddah now in Saudi.
Yeah,
that's it.
So 3 tournaments, that's the big issue.
Yeah, that's it. So I understand.
But we saw we saw Murray and Schwartzman say that South America deserves more.
Sure, I don't know what more is exactly. What's more? Does Australia deserve more? Because what does Australia have exactly?
Australia.
What does Australia
Australian
have?
Open.
Yeah, they have the Australian Open, but outside of that, what do they have?
Well,
I mean, they have the opening swing.
They have a lot. There's a lot of tournaments in that region.
They have 2 tournaments.
Yeah,
there are a lot of tournaments in that region.
Tournaments? No, there are 2-3 tournaments. There are 2-3. They have 4 tournaments overall if you include the Australian Open.
Are you bunching up?
Anyways, but for Acapulco this year, like you're talking about the Pac Stadium in Mexico, so they also had Rodrigo Pacheco Mendez, who was a breakthrough story there.
Yeah.
So that's also why the stadium was packed for him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, which makes sense. But I don't understand this debate of why are there tournaments in Dubai? What do you mean? By the way, the final was packed.
Yeah, it was.
You should have tournaments everywhere. How about give some love to Africa? How about that?
Yeah, agreed.
I don't control the tour, so tell them.
Yeah, well, I mean, guys, for me, we all saw this on Twitter. There was some Twitter investigators looking at what's Tsitsipas' new racket. So, he was playing with that all-black painted racket.
This was spicy.
It was a bit spicy because we're all wondering what's the racket he's playing with. And, the Twitter investigators, apparently it's a Babula black. It's a Babula racket. He was playing with Babula strings as well, apparently, although painting it with the Wilson. So a bit spicy. What does that mean for Tsitsipas moving forward?
Lawyers need to get to work.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. I mean, he didn't do anything to violate the spot, but is he liking this new Babula more? Let's see. He played better.
He did.
So
maybe they can make him the same exact racket. Try to find a way. But I don't know how that one's gonna go.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
He's obviously gonna continue using it, and everyone knows it's a Babula now. Everyone knows.
I don't know if everyone, but all us hardcore fans, we know.
Yeah.
Maybe one more thing to add here is, Gerard Piqué, Barcelona legend,
Davis Cup owner,
and owner of the Davis Cup, is talking about wanting to make rule changes to tennis, saying, why do we need a second serve in tennis? Mm-hmm. It's just a guy bouncing the ball for 30 seconds between serves. Mm-hmm. He also talked about why do we need deuce and advantage. We're just wasting time, and we should just go to the golden point. for wherever I saw this on social media, he was getting max hate. All the tennis fans were roasting him in the comments because I think a lot of us are not happy with the new Davis Cup format as tennis fans. And I think I completely disagree personally with his take about the one serve. No, there's a lot of nuance that comes with the second serve. Any tennis player knows that the two serves are quite necessary. The idea of the golden point's interesting, though, to give fair credit there. I like the idea of a golden point or like a deciding point in some tournaments. That would be a bit juicy. But aside from that, I really don't hold much more.
But how much enjoyment do you get when you see a game that goes deuce advantage, and you know it dictates the entire match?
Yeah.
In a Grand Slam, when you're in the middle of the third set, for example, in the beginning it's 2-all, and a game goes 15-20 minutes, and you know whoever wins this game might go on to win the match.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
no, I don't want to change that rule, but I'm saying like for maybe some 250s. Or
no, just go do those try it out with exhibitions. Leave tennis alone for now. Leave tennis alone. I like tennis as is.
Me too. I'm saying I'm not completely against the idea of deciding point if there's anything, but the idea of the two serve, making it one serve, absolutely wild take. Completely does not understand the sport at all.
Honestly, I think that having a deciding point is a golden point would actually be really interesting. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Deuce and advantage sometimes takes way too long, and also sometimes if you're too good of a server, then the match is not so fun to watch. Really,
I have so many thoughts on this. Just last thing to say about this deuce advantage thing, this golden point thing. I don't know. Maybe I don't like change, and I don't like it. And I just feel like if you have to win 2 points in a row, that means that you deserve to win the game. But then you could get lucky with 1 point, whether it's a lucky return or a lucky serve. Yeah, I don't know. There are two ways to look at, but I think I prefer deuce and advantage at the moment.
No, I think tennis is perfect the way it is. I'm just saying for some tournaments we could add it.
I don't know. Perfect. I don't know.
No.
I mean, in terms of rules, yeah, I'm fine with the rules.
Well, those were for our spicy takes this week. Moving on to one of my favorite segments, and that is overreactions or not. So I'm going to tell you guys a statement based on things we've seen this week, and you guys let me know, is it an overreaction? Is it not? First up, we have Tallon Griekspoor is a top 10 caliber player. Ismaeel, overreaction or not?
That's a good one. I think Griekspoor is he's a player that's been improving every year. There's the question if he will become a top 10 player eventually. There's a lot of competition at the top. He's a bit far now. But you know what? I'll say one day he can crack the top 10.
Okay.
I think one
I like
day.
the belief.
I don't know when. But one day he can crack the top 10.
He'll touch it.
He'll touch it.
So you're saying he is a top 10 caliber player?
I agree. Yeah.
You're always lost and confused in the segment.
Why am I lost? He didn't make it clear if it's an overreaction or not. He didn't say it. What was I lost about?
It's not an overreaction. He is going to be a top 10 player one day.
Okay. Haroon, how about you?
No, I think it's an overreaction right now. I love Griekspoor. He's an amazing player. But he said it himself, like, if you come out of a match and say that when you were playing Medvedev and he said, I don't know how am I still in this tournament, that's still not, the mentality of a top 10 player. He has the game of a top 10 player, I think. Maybe top 20, top 15, but still not top 10. It's an overreaction.
I keep telling you guys throughout this entire episode, I'm telling you how big of a fan I am of Tallon Griekspoor now. I see him. He has an amazing serve. He has amazing forehands and backhands, and I think his mentality is amazing, and he looks like he's working. He's hungry. He's finally getting the breakthrough that he deserves, honestly, after what we saw with that Bad Luck Brian Award win last season. I say this is not an overreaction. I think he can touch it, like you said, Ismaeel. Maybe not stay long, but I think he's capable of touching it. Why not?
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's see Tallon make it right.
Yeah. Next one. Stefanos Tsitsipas will win multiple Grand Slams with this new and improved backhand and this new racket. Ismaeel, overreaction or not?
That's not an overreaction. That's my boy. You know I love Tsitsipas. You know
Multiple slams.
I think he can. I think he can. He's young. He's still in his prime. He still has a few more years in his prime. He's always been a mentally tough player. He has everything in the game. I mean, a few tweaks, but this was a really great progress to see. He's been in Grand Slam finals before, 3 of them on different surfaces. Yes, give me Tsitsipas a multiple Grand Slam win. I believe so.
Haroon.
No, man. Multiple Grand Slams. He didn't even win one when he had all of his superpowers. He was going full power.
Maybe we haven't seen the final form.
No, we have not. He's still a young player.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. It's tough to say.
He's only
that,
26.
It's tough to say that you still have amazing players all around, and there's still Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic still in the mix here, and new players coming up with more firepower. Multiple Grand Slams. Maybe he could squeeze one sometime, but multiple? I don't know, man. It's an overreaction.
You know, I was just thinking about this yesterday about Tsitsipas, like, and all the guys in the 90s generation, how the big 3 absolutely screwed them over.
Yeah, they killed them.
Like, they absolutely screwed them over because Stefanos Tsitsipas, and he was 0 for 11 in ATP 500s. I think every single time he played the super top player. And, like, the time he finally got the chance to play against a guy who's good, but like who's a really good player in his own right, in Felix Auger-Aliassime, but he doesn't not someone like a Djokovic or a Rafa or Federer or a team or whatever, and he won. So I can't imagine what it would have been like if he had that chance when he was a few years ago. But do I think he'll be a multiple Grand Slam winner? I do not think so. I think it's an overreaction. Do I think he wins one? I think he deserves one. Will he win one? I hope so. But multiple-time Grand Slam champion, overreaction for me.
Wow. You guys are going to come and regret this. One day we will come back to this footage.
The best thing is you were off his bandwagon, by the way. But here you are back so conveniently.
I was not off. I was just disappointed.
You said...
I'm still rooting for him, but it's just not looking good. I'm not optimistic from what I saw.
Okay. Well, another one. Thomas Machac will reach the top 10 this year. Overreaction or not, Ismaeel?
Yeah, that's a big overreaction.
A big overreaction.
Yeah, for this year, I don't think so. He got really lucky with this draw with all the top seeds that flew out. He's had health issues. I don't know if he's of the caliber that can maintain that at a high enough level at multiple big level tournaments this year so he can maintain or get into the top 10 with the big competition at the top. So I'm going to say overreaction for this year. It's an overreaction.
Okay. Haroon.
Yeah, I mean, it's an overreaction. Like, he's still so far away. He's right now 25 in the rankings. Top 10 this year. Let's see what he does in slams first. For him to have a deep run in a slam first to judge whether he can be in the top 10 or not. Still quite far away.
Yeah, that would be a big help for him if he can find. To me, because I have there's so many guys that can make it.
Yeah.
And I think Lehechka from the Czechs is going to be the first one to make it. So I'd say this year, overreaction. Yeah.
We all agree.
Yeah. Next one, Alejandro Davidovich Fokina will get back to the top 20 before Roland Garros. Ismaeel, overreaction or not?
So I really am a big fan of Fokina. I like his game style. I like how much he's a fighter.
He's doing this on hard.
Yeah.
When he's going to shift to clay, what's it going to look like?
Which he likes more.
Yes.
And, he talked about, we came into this year, how about he's removing goals and expectations. Every year he had specific goals. And this year he freed himself from those goals. And guess what? We're seeing the results.
Yeah.
He's in the 30s now, right? So get into
39,
he's 39. So if he wants to get to the top 20, he's going to have to jump a lot before Argene. Means he needs to do well.
Lots of tournaments to play, though.
Lots of tournaments to play. Lots of top players also doing well too.
Yeah.
I'm going to say overreaction. Although I love his form, I'm going to say overreaction.
Okay. Haroon, how about you?
Actually, no, that's not an overreaction. I think for him to do that on hard, I think he loves clay. He had in Monte Carlo also, he plays quite well there, and he's going to have some few tournaments in Spain. No, not an overreaction at all. I think it's quite possible that he's going to be doing it.
Yeah. I also agree with you. I think this is not an overreaction. I think Davidovich Fokina is a really good player, a very solid player. And if he's doing this on the hard courts, I can't imagine what it's going to be like on the clay. If he stays healthy and plays all the tournaments he can play before Roland Garros, I think he makes it into the top 20.
Wow, you guys are convincing me. Now I'm regretting my pick, but I think there's a lot of competition at the top.
Yeah, but he's one of the really good ones on clay.
He is. You guys are right.
Yeah.
I just don't think maybe by RG. I don't think.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Time will tell. Last but not least, and I think this is the most fun one we have, and it is someone outside the top 10 will win Indian Wells. Overreaction or not?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys who I'm going to pick in a second, but I don't think so. I think overreaction. Indian Wells is a tough tournament, long tournament. I'm going to say no. Overreaction.
No, it is not an overreaction. It is not an overreaction. Somebody outside the top 20 is going to win Indian Wells, and we shall see who in a bit.
I think, obviously because of the prediction I made, and we're going to get into that right now. But I feel it for some reason. I feel it with so many top seeds falling these past few weeks, and they're not showing us their best level. I say, overreaction. Overreaction for me.
All right, that settles it.
Nice.
Let's see.
Nice.
We'll revisit post Indian Wells who was right, who was wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys let us know what were your thoughts on the overreactions or not segment.
All right, just to mention a few something else, other interesting news. So this was quite interesting, where Sinner's team came out and spoke in an interview in Sky Sports, talking about how this is a great time for Sinner to actually improve some things, and he's taking actually
what does he need to improve?
he's taking a longer off season than the actual off season of the tour, which is in mid season. He's already he's gonna practice on other things. I don't know, improve his serve, improve his backhand, improve his forehand, fitness. He's gonna rest. Dude's gonna come out guns blazing. I really won't be surprised at all if he wins everything, all the tournaments when he comes back. It's gonna be crazy. It's like he's resting mentally, chilling. It's insane. He's gonna regroup and gather some more infinity stones, and come out guns blazing. It's
that's one side of the story. Like if you, it's a double-edged sword, because when you're playing, when you're playing mid-season, people in mid-season form playing tournaments, I feel like it's completely different when you're practicing and you're raw and not playing tournaments week in and week out, playing matches. It can have we saw with Djokovic, he needs time to get back into the groove. Sinner, is he going to need the same thing? Let's see.
Yeah,
I think you can just send out a broadcast to everybody on tour. Hey guys, who wants to come play some practice matches with me? We can make a mini tournament in his house. Bring some ATP players. Hey,
he's also not allowed to play.
He's not allowed.
Yeah, not allowed. But really? Also, it's different. It's different. They're different than real tournament matches. So
completely
it's
different.
Like being in season form when you get to face the break points, face the match points, and deal with those nerves. It takes time to rebuild that muscle. But he's world number one caliber. So he's world number one.
A three-time Grand Slam champion could figure it out very quickly.
Djokovic, 24-time Grand Slam champion, and he needs time to
because they still have nerves.
Yeah,
and
but that's
and all that.
Injuries and other things like this. He's not injured, so it's
no. Just breaks. Djokovic just breaks. Just breaks.
Maybe, but it's different. Maybe Djokovic also is not always grinding. He has some family obligations and to rest as well. Is different. His state of mind is different, I think.
Let's see.
Agree to disagree.
Let's see. Guys, we like to keep you updated and posted on where we were right and where we were wrong. On where we were right, guess what? No one was right. We were all wrong. We went over in all the tournaments.
Yes.
Yousef, you had Berrettini.
I was close.
You were close. You also took Haroon.
I was not close.
Not as close. And you took Cerundolo in Chile.
Close.
Close. Well, I had Rublev. Round one exit, Rude, food poisoning took him out, and Cerundolo, we both had Cerundolo. Haroon, you tripled down on Zverev, that was wrong. You took Nico Yari in Chile, he came up short. and also Dimitrov. Well, he also exited early as well. So, yeah, we were wrong.
Haroon got
across
to
the
change.
board.
Like he picked Jack Draper. Jack Draper didn't play the tournament, and then he got to change it
But
to
he didn't
Dimitrov.
play.
So he's
Dimitrov
so you're
didn't play
double
yet.
loser.
I
You're a
picked him,
double
he didn't
loser
even
this
play
week.
yet. I picked Dimitrov and he didn't even play it. And then he lost. So he took a set 6 love and then he just decided to dip. It's not my fault.
Yeah. You're unlucky. But we all went over. So, our picks are wrong. We're going to try again this week and let's see if we can get them right.
Let's get into it right now. The 5th slam, Indian Wells, is happening. 2 weeks of amazing tennis and what they call tennis paradise. Who wins it, Ismaeel, on the men's side?
Yeah, well, how can I pick against the back-to-back champion, otherwise known as the Carlos Alcaraz Invitational? I am taking Carlos Alcaraz. On the outdoor hard in Indian Wells, he loves to play there. His forehand's going to be flying. He's going to win this.
Haroon, we've been waiting for this moment since the beginning of the season. Who wins Indian
I
Wells?
made my gigantic prediction at the start of the season months and months and months in advance. And I am doubling down on my pick. Ben Shelton is going to win Indian Wells. Ben Shelton is going to surprise everybody. Ben Shelton is not in form right now, but Ben Shelton had a great Australian Open to start off the season. And I think Ben Shelton is going to win Indian Wells with his crowd backing him up. And he's outside the top 10, and he's going to shock everybody. Ben Shelton is here.
Your boy Benny Schultz. Yousef, who do you got?
American, nice pick. How can I go against the man? You know, there are a few places where Carlos Alcaraz plays, and you know that he, like, even whatever form he's in, when he shows up, as you said, it turns into the Carlos Alcaraz Invitational. And that's Indian Wells, my friend. That's one of the grounds. And the other one is Wimbledon. He owns that. He owns those two right now. So the back-to-back champion is going to make it back-to-back-to-back. No one's in amazing form, but Carlos Alcaraz is the king of Indian Wells right now for the past 2 years, and I don't see it changing anytime soon.
Nice.
Carlos Alcaraz.
Nice.
Well, on the women's side, 5th slam, who wins it?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Australian Open champion who we haven't seen play in a long time now. But I am on the Madison Keys bandwagon. Let's see if she can make a run to the title here.
You think that magic's still going on?
I hope so.
Okay. Haroon, how about you?
I'm going to go with Coco Gauff. I'm betting on Coco Gauff to win this one. I'm going double American. Some American has to lift it up. I'm going with Coco Gauff.
Okay.
I was going to triple down on Coco, but then I went with Madison.
I'm going Japanese but American, and I'm going Naomi Osaka.
Nice.
I think Naomi Osaka is going to have a run this year where we're all going to be inspired by her. And maybe I'm going to keep picking her in big tournaments on hard courts until it happens. But I'm going with Indian Wells winner, Naomi Osaka.
Awesome.
She takes it home.
That would be a fun pick. She was playing really well when we saw her last.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see. Guys, we hinted that we have a surprise for you this week. And here it is finally happening.
Yes,
We
sir.
have a special interview with Juan Manuel Cerundolo.
Yes.
Who's made some time to talk to us about what's going on in his tennis life, the cool round of 16 match he just had with Fran, his brother, in Buenos Aires, and more. We hope you guys enjoy it.
Let's go.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to have Juan Manuel Cerundolo with us here in studio.
Our first guest.
Our first ever guest for the We're Going 5 podcast. And we're super excited to have him. Really inspirational rise and story. But just to introduce you, Juan, to the audience. So you won your first ATP title in your main draw debut.
Impressive.
And you were the first Argentinian ever to do that, the Cordoba Open.
Yes.
You were the first Argentinian, Juan, to crack the top 100 under 20 years of age since Delpo did that in 2006.
Okay.
And you've also won 13 challenger titles so far.
Legend.
And we'll talk about how tough that is.
Yes.
So we're really happy to have you, Juan. Thanks for making a time for us.
Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure to have
Thank you
you.
for being the first guest. You are
Thank
the
you very
first
much,
guest.
yeah.
You are the first. We
forever
will
be
never
your fans.
forget you. We will never forget you.
Thank you very much.
First love.
Really, it's a pleasure for me being here. As I told you before, like I heard the talk you were talking about my brother and me in Buenos Aires, and I saw that was a nice talk. So I'm really happy to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Juan, let's start to just get into your background a little bit and your love for tennis. Who are your favorite players when you were growing up?
Well, favorite players were always Roger, Rafa, and Novak, like the big three. Like I was fan of both three, like in different maybe moments. First, I was Rafa because I was lefty and I loved playing like him. Then maybe it was Roger when I started like watching tennis. Was like really I know I love watching Roger. And then when I
Yeah.
became like pro and I started like sharing tour, like not with them, but maybe a little closer to them, like it started being Novak to I don't know. I watched his actions and the way he treated us was like really nice, and I started like also Novak. So the three of them, I really fan of both three.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you have any other players? Because like someone like me, which is a bit weird, but my favorite player growing up was actually Fernando Verdasco.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone outside the big three that you really liked growing up?
Well, I mean, I like a lot of guys. I mean, those three were the most like most motivating for me, like the one that inspired me.
Yeah.
And also maybe
Yeah.
Argentinian players, maybe Diego Schwarman and Juan Martín del Potro, both like I
Yeah.
grew up watching them. And also Diego was like, I don't know how to say in English, like he gave me advice to me and like
Yeah.
it's called, I don't know, Godfather is called in English, maybe like tennis,
Yeah,
A
kind
mentor.
of
He was
like,
your
yeah,
mentor.
like,
Yeah.
Like a bigger brother.
yeah. See, like we talk, I don't know, WhatsApp, and for example, I ask questions like what to play or what to do in that situation, and he always like kind of answer me and give me advice. So really happy to look up to him.
That's really cool.
That's
That's
great.
really cool.
Very nice.
And well, do you have any biggest inspiration outside of those guys?
Like outside of tennis, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, Lionel Messi is like for Argentina is like God, and also for like and also for
How
me
was
like
it, by the way,
winning
when you
World
won the
Cup.
World Cup? How was it?
No,
Yeah, how
you
was it?
couldn't imagine. It was like the country. Imagine the country was everything stopped, like all streets, like with all of
Yeah.
people like celebrating, no one working,
Yeah.
just World Cup and
Yeah.
incredible, like unbelievable.
And
Never
it was
lived something
also
like that.
it was the best final I've ever seen probably
That's
in the World
crazy.
Cup. It was amazing.
It was awesome. It
And
was
the way
awesome.
Messi to end
Yeah,
it
it
the
was
way he did was.
unbelievable.
I think everyone wanted Messi and Argentina to win that game.
We were all Argentina and Messi that day. 100%.
Yeah.
Are you a good football
Amazing.
player, Juan?
Yeah.
Are you a good football player though?
Where Well, I played when I was a kid. I mean, Argentina playing football is like I don't know, eating ice cream, like everyone does. So I played when I was a kid, and I think I'm not bad. I think I'm not that bad, but I mean, I don't play now since maybe I was 14 years old. So now probably I should be really bad now.
No, talented players stay talented wherever.
Yeah, well, Juan, also, we know you come from a really athletic family. Your sister was a Youth Olympics gold medalist in field hockey. Your dad's a coach. You have your brother. What's it like being in a family that's so athletic? How has that helped you?
Well, I mean, yeah, the family is all athletic, like as you said. It's like we grew up when I was born with a tennis racket. My father was tennis coach, my mother also. So I practically like born with tennis racket, and I played with my brother since we were kids. And my sister, well, she also played tennis, but then she preferred hockey, field hockey. I mean, it's really good because we every time talking about sport and motivating each other, like to be better in sport. I mean, also maybe when you want like some space of sport, it's not good because they're always talking about sport. So it has good and bad parts, but I think it's more good than the bad ones.
Then we need you to be honest here. Who is actually the best athlete within the family? Might be a time. Be honest, please. And if it's you, say it's you.
I mean, my brother has the best career until now. Let's see in 10 years. In 10 years, we can speak, but
Yes.
now my brother.
So you're betting on yourself.
Yeah, now my brother, then maybe myself, because my father worse ranking than us, and my sister in hockey is already giving a little bit up because she's working and she's also studying a lot. So maybe I'm second now.
You moved into second.
Yeah.
But how cool is it to have your brother friend on tour with you? What's that like?
I mean, it's really good because it's like the only player that is not like a rival. I mean, I have a lot of friends, like tennis friends, but it's not the same, you know. You also like a little bit of competition you have, even though it's your friend. And with Fran, it's like we have no competition. It's like we are 100% honest, and when someone like lose, we can advise the other one what we can see like as a player and also as a brother. So it's really good because we can help each other with true honesty, and it's really nice sharing the tour. We can, yeah, like also not being alone every tournament. Like we go dinner, we train together. I mean, it's really nice also that part. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that has to be really cool.
Yeah.
And well, Juan, we mentioned this you saw this, but we saw you guys. You played Fran in the round of 16 in Buenos Aires a couple of weeks ago. That was one of the coolest moments, maybe, to see on the tennis
Oh,
tour.
can I just say it was so inspirational. Like, you know that we're three brothers, so the fact that you were able to play your brother on the biggest stage within your country, I think it was something very special. Can you just tell us how, like, from the outside looking in, it felt so special. Can you tell us from your side how special it actually felt after the match? I know you both talked about before of how big this is, but how was it afterwards?
I mean, yeah, it was really big. Like me and we grew up like watching together, like going with my dad, watching like that same tournament, and then like we were playing like in the center court with a lot of like people come to see us and our family there in the stadium, my sister, my friends, my family, like everyone, and it was like I don't know, we dream since we were kids. I mean, even we were sleeping together in the same room the night before playing, like in our house, like like we were
Yeah.
kids, and I mean, yeah, it was so
Yeah.
special playing like was also like it's weird playing your brother. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not cool. We have like yeah, we laugh and we like it's like you want to win, but at the same time you don't, you know, like
Yeah.
it's weird, but it was
Yeah.
really nice and was nice match. Like he played unbelievable. He beat me, but but
Yeah, he
You have to
wasn't
take revenge.
he wasn't showing you any mercy. By the way, he was ripping
Ye-
some
yeah, like
winners. He was
a
hitting a
lot of
lot of winners.
winners playing so good that week. Like thank him, it's bearable. Yeah, but then we came back home. We have dinner. We also sleep together. Like it was like kind of normal, and we laugh
Yeah.
about the moment and see how special it was. And yeah, it was really nice.
But
Oh,
I
man.
was honestly intrigued. Like I was a bit surprised that neither you nor him were celebrating after you win a point. Like when we play each other, we go crazy sometimes. But neither you or him were celebrating at all. He was hitting crazy shots, and he was like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
also
yeah. Yeah,
like.
I mean,
Were you thinking about that? That no, you're not gonna celebrate on purpose.
yeah. We speak like not celebration. Also, tell our friends like no celebration because he's weird, and also because you know him like. I think it's more for him because he got like crazy, you know. He got mad when someone like celebrate, and if I celebrate, he will turn mad for sure. He has like
Yeah.
he gets angry. He gets angry really easy, and more when he's losing.
So
So
when he got angry during the match, it was because somebody was cheering.
and I think someone in the stadium, like back, not one of
Oh
my
wow.
friends. Someone, yeah, he was like
Uh,
cheering, like all for me, like and also like singing some songs to me, and I think he got mad once. But he every time he gets mad, so I mean I'm used to it.
then okay, he probably has advantage in tennis at the moment because he just beat you. But do you beat him in other things off the court? Do you guys play FIFA? Do you guys do anything off the court
Yeah,
where you get
yeah,
where you
yeah.
beat? Because we beat
No,
each
in
other in
place
PlayStation all the time and try. Yeah.
in PS4, like he won, even though he once even break my teeth because he throw like the joystick, and because I was beating like yeah and he broke my teeth once when we were kids
No.
because I beat him every time in FIFA. Then he started playing. He stopped playing FIFA. Yeah, he stopped playing FIFA because he gets so angry, and he started playing like Call of Duty, the Warzone, and he started playing that. And in Warzone, he's better than me.
We know.
So
we
he picked
know
he
how
picked
you
the game
feel.
where he can be.
We know how you feel.
By the way, Haroon,
Yes.
Haroon, by the way, is the youngest brother.
Yeah,
Ismail's the oldest.
if you
I'm
didn't
the
notice.
middle brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, he always wants to play Call of Duty because he beats us in it, but we win in the other game.
And you also
So
fight
say-
each other,
say-
like playing.
all the
Oh
time.
wow!
Like crazy, like crazy. It's
Like
brutal,
crazy.
man.
I
It's
got.
brutal.
Yeah, we knock each other out. Well, I won't say knock each other out. I get knocked out.
No.
Lots of fights happen when we play PlayStation.
But that's just when you have brothers. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
Then
But PlayStation,
Juan-
I think PlayStation is the worst. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the worst.
it's the worst.
It's the worst. It brings out the worst in people.
Especially when you're playing FIFA, for example, and
Yeah,
there's like 10
for
shots
sure.
on goal, and you have one shot on goal,
Yeah.
and you score and you win. It makes him feel worse.
yeah, no, FIFA is the worst for every people.
Did you ever play Pro Evolution, like PES, Pro Evolution, the not FIFA, the other one?
Yeah. The other one, I mean, I used to play it, but not in PS4. I think in
Yeah.
PS2, like when we were like
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
kids.
That's
Yeah, I like it.
old.
But
Yeah.
then in PS4, I prefer FIFA.
Yeah. But Messi in PS was crazy. So you just take Messi and just run around with him. I would only play with Messi and then get one shot, one goal, and then I beat some of them and they go crazy.
Yeah, like I mean, we also used to play like Messi. You can't pick Messi because it's too good. So we were.
Yeah.
that makes sense. Then Juan, I want to ask you something. So in that match in Buenos Aires, were your parents rooting for you since you're the younger one? You're the underdog going in.
I mean, they said no, but maybe they were rooting for someone like in silence, you know. No, but honestly, I don't know. Like they don't rooting for anyone. It's like I think it's also weird for them, like watching the match. They went like in the stairs alone, like watching and just enjoying. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, then right now, because you guys are both on tour, like sometimes if you lose to a player, does Fran feel like he has to take revenge for you now and he has to beat that player next time he faces him, or vice versa?
I mean,
to him.
yeah, it's hard when some player beat us both. Like it's really hard. Usually it doesn't happen. Usually it doesn't happen too much. I mean, maybe some player did beat us both, but not in a row. Maybe like in different tournaments. And the family got like really mad with that player, and we started like
Is there anyone we know particularly who's been doing some good damage to the Cerundolo family?
I mean, last year to Fran, it's Kachanov. Like Kachanov beat him like 6 times. Like family is asking like, please don't play Kachanov because every time this.
Kachanov was giving him problems.
Yeah.
And like, do you guys like talk about strategy before big matches? And how's it like? How do you guys talk about approaching the match? How's it go down?
Yeah, I mean, especially when we know like the other guy. Like for example, Fran plays a player that I play like before, like recently. So he asked me, and I can give him some tips, and we talk about what the other players bothers, and maybe what I don't know if I'm doing like. I don't know, some things that are not good in court. For example, Fran told me, well, you don't have to do it. It's not like giving you anything good in the match. So some things like that we speak, and we speak about tactics and things about the match.
Who gives better advice, you or him?
I mean, I think both. Maybe he's the older brother. He's supposed to give better advice. So, he has the pressure.
No, it's not true. That's not true.
Yeah. Older brother has the pressure always.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, Juan, what do you need to do next time so you can beat him on center court in Buenos Aires?
Well, I should I should, yeah, play better my backhand. Like I didn't really play really good backhand against him. Maybe I play a little bit short, and when you put short balls to him, he likes to like hit really hard, and his forehand,
Oh man,
yeah, it's really
he was
hard.
crushing it
So
for you.
yeah,
He
really
was crushing
crushing.
it.
So I have to be like better from backhand, I think, and maybe like to
Yeah.
attack him a little more because when I play like a little bit defensive with him, it's really hard. He has a lot of also the drop shot, and he can play backhand also, crash backhand, and yeah, he's really good in
Yeah.
offensive positions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, maybe you can try like waking him up in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
Giving him.
yeah. I think about that. Maybe, yeah, yeah. Like when he's sleeping, like give him some punch or something.
Yeah. Shock him. Do something.
Yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah.
something.
And Juan, I wanted to ask also because it's having your brother. Like between us, there's always there's competition, but it's always like you said, it's healthy competition. It's not a rival. So how does it feel like you so far? Like Francisco has had an amazing, I would say, for the past 2 years, he's been having like 2 great years. And we saw what he did last year in Roland Garros, which was amazing, and he's been playing amazing tennis ever since. Do you take that? Is that is it inspiring? Do you know how to take inspiration from that? To like this is what I can reach, and I can reach even higher, or not so much?
Yeah, I mean, it's really good for me, like to having him in that position. First, because I'm
Yeah,
happy for him, of course, and I want him to like
yeah,
win as much as possible, and also because I mean I know him like my brother, so I said like if he can do it, like he do it this way.
yeah,
Like I saw him sleeping, eating, training. Like
yeah,
it's not like
yeah,
like I'm asking what is he doing. I mean I'm watching every
yeah,
time, so I said like okay, if he can do it this way, like I can do it and I can try to improve and get to
yeah,
him and maybe sometime pass him
yeah,
like try, and it's
yeah,
yeah really motivating for me to do it. And he also like wants me to be better and to be like close to him. So
yeah.
yeah, it's really nice.
It's a good brotherly love. Very nice brotherly love. You guys give inspiration to many brothers out there. Really, it's amazing. I wanted so talking about that in 2021 when you made your amazing debut and you won that Cordoba Open, and then I think like not at your level of course, but like when you win, it gives you so much confidence, and then you feel like oh now this is the rise. I'm gonna keep going up and up and up and up, which is not the truth in tennis, which is not the truth in tennis. So like, how has that journey been so far since going on and winning that tournament and rising up the ranks and making it to the top 100, then some injuries and coming back? So the journey overall so far since the moment you made, I would say, your breakthrough to now, where you're still very young and you have an amazing career ahead. But how has that journey been so far in these past few years?
Well, yeah, I mean that tournament was really my breakthrough. Like, I mean, was the best week of my life. Like, I think in talking about tennis, maybe I wasn't prepared for winning like an ATP. It was something like a dream week, and I was playing like every much better. The conditions were like so good for me, and it gave me like a lot of learnings that ATP winning and a lot of confidence to then like I won 3 challengers that year and I break through the top 100, and of course give me a lot of confidence to say like oh I can do it, I can be like really good. Like, I don't know what ranking, but I was of course trying to get like really high in the rankings. Then I played next
Yeah,
gen, and I mean was all learnings to me and all motivation to be a better player. But then yeah, I have my injuries. I have yeah really bad injury in my psoas and was connected to the hip, and of course I made my mistakes. I mean I think everything is part of learning process and accept that. I mean was my position. Then I have to go back and play challengers again and improve my tennis because I mean 1 week doesn't make you being like then assure you to be top 10 or top 20. So was all
yeah,
learning, I think.
yeah. Then speaking of challengers, because I sometimes tennis fans don't give challengers the credit it deserves, and we've seen so many times where like top players from like legends go down. We saw last year, for example, Murray and Wawrinka and Monfils.
Last year was a brutal year to play challengers.
So,
They
yeah.
were all in the
Yeah.
challengers.
Yeah. So many players go down to challengers, basically. So they go down from the ATP tour, which is supposed, and then they actually, it's very tough. They don't. So can you just give us some insight to how tough the challenger tour is? And you have 13 titles, so you know very well how tough the challenger tour is.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's really tough. I mean, I think every match is really tough. Like tennis players know, like you have to win a match, you have to do like a lot. I mean, no one's going to give it you really easy. So you have to battle every match, and also in challengers. I mean, it's really tough. Of course, maybe the level is like worse than ATP, but I mean, it's really difficult. I mean, every player is grinding. Also, you have challengers that are really tough. For example, I don't know, you have the one that is coming here, Phoenix, between Miami and Indian Wells. I mean, you see the list and it's unbelievable. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
all top
unreal.
100, yeah, like top 50 maybe, and it's unbelievable. And maybe you see, I don't know, I'm playing now in Cordoba, some challenger, and the list is a little bit like better to play. But I
Yeah.
think every challenger, like I said, it's really you have to, yeah, you have to fight a lot. If you don't have like, if you don't want to run, if you don't want to grind, if you don't want to like to fight for win the match, you are going to lose. Even if you are like really good. I mean, maybe my brother come to a challenge, and if he is playing like angry, or if he doesn't want to run, or he pretends to win like really easy, I think it's not gonna happen. Like you have to play also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I the also something I wanted to ask you because because we do not know what it's like, but the defending your points, like we always talk about how tough it is. Like tennis, there's so much pressure when it comes to rankings, and then next year, for example, if you have a great year, then the next year you have to defend your points. Like from as a professional player who's in at the top of the game, do you think of that much, or you just play your tennis and then the points come and go, and it's you just play as best as you can, and it doesn't really affect you from a pressure standpoint?
Well, yeah, it's a really good question, because I mean, it's a sport like you have to defend every year, like you have to win every year to maintain the ranking and the level. So it's really hard. I mean, it's not like you are like you have a contract to be like in the top 100 all the year. I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't defend the point, it's like you go back and you have to play also lower tournaments. So yeah, it's really tough, especially the first years. I think the first year, for example, when I won Cordoba and the three challengers, I was like, yeah, like blowing my mind, like saying how I'm going to defend like everything next year. I mean, it's really tough. And maybe you get mad and it's bad. I mean, it's really bad for the head and also for the game, because you have like more anxiety and something that is not good to happen. But then through the years, I think you learn like the year is so long, and I mean, it's not. I mean, I think in my point of view, it's like you don't have to think in defending points. You have to think like you have a year, you start the year, and it's every time it's a new year. So you have like 12 months to get your points, and if you don't do it, I mean, your ranking will be the one that is in the year, but it's not like defending points. If not, it's winning as much as you can in 1 year.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, Something also I wanted to ask you, Juan, because you've been on the tour now for many years, and you have experience. And like recently, at the end of last season, the season before, even the most successful players like Carlos Alcaraz, for example, he came out and he talked about how tough, like to be able to accommodate to the tour, and how tough it is, the tour. And you can be in a tournament one day, you play a match, and then the next day you wake up and you have to travel, and then you can play a match the same day. And how long does it take? Because you know what it's like to have a big breakthrough, and then but sometimes you can have a big breakthrough and have a great year or a great few months, and then people expect you to be this amazing superstar right away. But at the same time, there's this entire process of the tour and traveling and going from here to here and changing time zones and all these different factors that people don't take into account. So how tough is it? And have you gotten used to the fact of being on tour? How does it feel at the moment, and does it take much time, or is each player different to getting used to being on the tennis tour?
Yeah, I mean, I think for every player is different, like how to be in the tennis tour. I mean, it's really hard because you have also like you play, for example, yeah, as you said, I mean, the last thing to happen to me was I play in Rosario quarterfinals Friday afternoon, like I finished 8 p.m. I have to play the next day in Buenos Aires, like qualifying ATP, and I lose like 7-5 in the final set. Then I have to like put my mind again, travel by car like 3 hours. I couldn't recover, like I have pain in
Yeah.
all my body, and then I have to play again, different conditions, different balls. Like
Yeah.
the course is different, and it's like yeah, and people like maybe don't see that that part of
Yeah.
the tennis that is really tough, and maybe they say I don't know. Luckily, I won that match, but maybe lose and they say like, oh, you're playing really bad, or
Yeah.
he's not a good player, he's having some issues. I mean, it's really
Yeah.
hard like to win every week in tennis
Yeah.
in tennis tour, and like adapting to that. I think travel and changing condition, balls, like surface. It's really
Yeah.
hard. I think the most important is like to know you and to know what is the best thing you are going to perform. And if you are not like good enough to play, like you don't like if you don't have the strength to play and to compete, I think the best is like to withdraw and play some tournaments. But I think as you said, it's like every player have different opinion. Like for example, some guy would like to play like 52 weeks of the year, and maybe another player would yeah wants to play like 10 weeks and that's it. I mean, I think it's really different, but it's really important to know you and know how you're going
Yeah.
to perform, like what is going to be better for you. Maybe you like you play more matches and you're feeling better, your physique is going better, and your head is also like your brain mentally you are feeling better, and maybe other people like play one really good tournament and mentally they I don't know, they have to relax because they have too much stress, for example, and so they
Yeah.
want to rest. And maybe I think it's important to know like what is better for you and what to do in that
Yeah.
in that tournaments.
You
So,
mentioned about
yeah.
this like the idea of the balls, and the balls are very different. Danil Medvedev has been somebody that's been complaining a lot about the balls and been saying it's a really big issue. How is it for you to manage it? Are you also struggling with the balls?
Well, I mean, personally, me, I like playing with Wilson, Roland Garros, and Dunlop ATP. I think that those brands for my arm at least are really better. For example, when I play few tournaments with I don't know Technic Fever, give me like pain in my elbow, for example. I mean,
Oh,
it's
really?
me. Maybe
Okay.
another guy like is used to it and love playing with Technic Fever, and also with Wilson. You know, each body I think it's adapted
Yeah.
to each ball, to the ball, especially we train. Like I train all my life with Wilson or Dunlop, also head, and so maybe it's like between the body. So yeah, you have to be careful with the balls. I mean, every ball, every surface have the body have to adapt. For example, I don't know if you pass from clay to hard, you have to I don't know, maybe you got some pain in your knee and you have to adapt few days so you don't get injured. You have to like be aware of that and do with your
Okay.
physio, with your PF, and also last, like I said, it's also between like players have different opinions. Maybe one is going to say for me it's all the balls the same, and I don't have any problem with my arm, and some players like I don't know, for me having with my elbow in that specific balls, and then I don't have any problem like for any ball. So I think yeah,
Okay. But do you know beforehand what tournament, like which balls the tournament is going to use by any chance, or did
yeah,
you
yeah.
choose?
For
Okay.
sure, yeah, yeah. Like you see the tournament, you see the fact sheet, and you see like which ball is going to use. Of course, I like playing the one that are with Wilson and Dullo ADP. Like we consider that. I mean, if I have to choose, I always choose that. But if I have to
Yeah.
play like another tournament, I don't mind. Like I
Okay.
adapt to the ball and I do it like I have to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you sometimes plan your schedule based on these conditions,
Based on the balls.
based
I
on
mean,
balls?
maybe it's not just balls. It's like everything. Altitude, yeah, surface,
Yeah.
like slow clay, fast clay, like the
Yeah.
country. Even if you like the tournament, the country, yeah, but you have to a
Yeah.
lot of. I mean, you have to choose. For example, playing I don't know in the week of I think Rio is Rio and Acapulco or is Santiago and Acapulco. Like you have to choose. For example, of course, it's between the ranking, the entrance. First, it's going to be that, but then you have to choose. You like more hardcourt, you like more play court. Someone is fast, someone is slower. someone play at night. For example, in Rio, you play like first match at 4 p.m. and maybe another ATP play like 10 a.m. So you have to choose. You of course you choose and you see which one you like more. And if you can decide which one to go, you go the one you prefer more.
Okay. Since you're a clay court beast, like you win all your tournaments on clay, is clay your favorite surface?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like I born playing on clay. Like I started playing hardwood when I was really like old, like
Yeah.
like 17 years old. So I started playing hardwood. So for us, it was difficult to know how to play in hardwood and also in grass even harder. But then you adapt and you see that you can play good also in hardwood. Like I play one time in US Open good and Winston Salem I play good one time. So then you get used to it. But at first, of course, I like to play and it's like I have more confidence.
Okay.
Then
Cool.
you've played all around the world. What's your favorite tournament so far?
I mean, of course,
Playing,
the one that
not just atmosphere, just playing. Which one's your favorite? Because it might be a challenger, for example, and it's not a Grand Slam. Like, what's your favorite?
yeah, conditions. I mean, conditions. The best I like was Roland Garros, French Open. I think has the best condition like for my game. Like the ball bounce a lot, but also the courts are like slow. They're not like too fast and bounce really high. So I like because my forehand, bounce. And I like the most conditions, best condition. I think that.
Nice. Well, we're gonna be cheering you on this year, huh?
Yeah.
You have three big fans here. We're gonna be cheering you on. Hopefully,
We got your back. We got your back, man.
some magic this year.
Thank you.
You'll see in your Instagram comments, you'll find three brothers, same exact name. They're, Vamos, Juan.
I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind spam comments. We're gonna spam you all the time.
You are haters also.
No. We'll fight the haters for you. If there are haters in the comments, we'll write those long paragraphs where they fight.
Yeah.
Leave Juan Manuel alone. Leave him alone.
We're gonna push the propaganda of Juan Manuel Cerundolo.
Okay, nice. Better for me.
Then Juan, what's your best win so far for you in your career? Your favorite match, your best match that you ever won?
My best match. Well, let me have to think.
Do you need help?
I mean, I think in ranking was Diego Schwartzman, maybe in ranking.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you beat him in Cordoba in 2023.
Yeah,
round of 16.
And he was
That was
top
a big
20 or
match.
not? I don't know if he was top 20 or not.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he probably was at the time.
He's top seed. But what was his ranking in the tournament?
I think maybe
was that the year he was top 10? Or no, the year before when he was top 10.
Yeah.
The year before, no, top 10, he wasn't top 10, but I think maybe he was top 20. I think that's my best like career of ranking and everything. I think is my best.
Especially,
but the one that I really like the one I really enjoyed, I think it's the one in US Open, like first Grand Slam win. Like it was like really happy, and I also was in another surface. Was really happy. 5 sets, going 2 set downs. I think was really nice victory.
amazing.
That was amazing comeback against Ivashka. That was a big.
Against Ivashka. Yeah, like big
win
for me. Yeah.
That was awesome.
Any big goals this season specifically that you want to share, or you don't like to share your goals?
No, well, I mean, I don't like to put goals like in general. I don't want like to be. I want to be that because then I put pressure. Like I don't want to. I don't want to put. I just want to improve my tennis every year. So when I play like big matches, like I play like these 3 ATPs, like I play really well. I passed 3 qualifying.
You played amazing. You played amazing.
Yeah, I play. Yeah, the main draw. So I play
Well
good.
done.
I was in the level, so I think that the goal is to be like in ATP. I want, of course, to return to the top 100 and be in the ATP, like playing most big tournaments. I think is always my goal.
We believe in you. And by the way, we are 3 left-handed players on this podcast at the moment. He's the only right-handed player. So you're representing us. Me and Haroon, we're both left-handed players. So continue representing us.
For sure, yeah.
it's really important for my character in my life to have somebody
Yes, we
left-handed.
need left-handed players need to be represented properly.
Yeah,
It's so rare to
yeah,
find.
left-handed there.
So
Yeah,
rare.
now they are like I think yeah, Shelton, Shapovalov, Humbert. There are
Yeah.
coming more guys, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you.
the rising lefties are rising.
yeah, right. Yeah, Draper.
Yes.
Yeah, Draper as well. I wanted to ask you about that final in Cordoba, the title that you won when you played Ramos Vimiras. Like, how was that? How are you feeling in that match? Because when I went back and rewatched that, and I was looking at Ramos Vimiras, like he looked upset because you were coming up with some crazy shots, and sometimes he would look to his box or look to his team like, what is this? Like, did you feel he was frustrated in that match? Like, because you beat him 6-love
Yeah,
the first set.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
He's probably going crazy. Like, who is this kid? Who is this kid who's showing up out of nowhere? Like,
In his debut. Why?
yeah, yeah. I mean that week,
Like, I'm,
as I said, like was like a dream week, and every match that passed, like I was playing like better, better and better. And when I entered the final, I feel like every shot was in, and like I can do whatever I can, and everything's going to be in, everything's going to be nice. And so it was like that was my feeling. Like I mean, I wasn't nervous, I wasn't nothing because like I was really confident because every shot was in, and I was playing my best tennis. So yeah, I can see like he was like Albert was frustrated because I was getting every shot win, especially first set, like was unbelievable.
yeah, like I know that feeling, especially like I said, I'm the younger brother, and sometimes when we play, Ismaeel and Yousef, like they look at me. What is this shot? You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. But obviously he's not your brother. But it's felt kind of the same energy.
Yeah.
You're so chill. You're so chill, and you're winning all these points. And he's looking like, what in the world is this?
Yeah.
It was,
Kind of that
it
feeling.
was awesome. But man, yeah, it's insane. Also, you came from qualies as well, by the way. That tournament need to make that make that apparent to everybody.
Three
Because that's
matches.
super hard.
3 matches of qualifying.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Insane.
Amazing.
Crazy.
So whoever
awesome.
was on the other side of the net during the final, you were winning either case, huh? No one was standing in your way that day.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say like yes because
I'll say it for you. Yes.
yeah. But I was feeling like inside. I was feeling yes, I can beat anyone in that match. Like in the inside.
Yeah. Then we wanted to ask you because you have had the chance to play against both the top, I would say the top players right now, Yannick Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. You played against both of them, correct? I think next gen against Carlos, and Wimbledon you played against Sinner.
Yeah.
Well, how was it like playing? Like, what's the difference? I think Yannick is a bit older. Carlos is your generation. Holger is also your generation. But what's the difference when you play against guys like them?
Well, I mean, both guys are Carlitos and Yannick are unbelievable. They are so good players. I mean, both are really, really hard to face. Like I faced Yannick in Wimbledon. Like grass, I think is my worst surface, and he was playing like he was in his house garden. Like he was really like really easy. He like Yannick give me so easy. He beat me so easy. Yeah, and when I said like I couldn't do anything. You know, it's when I played Yannick it was like I didn't play like really bad. I mean, I do what I can, but he was playing like winner, 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 service, like everything offensive. Like the only thing I can do was like, okay, hit hard and try to hit hard and to keep the rhythm because it was unbelievable. Like the pace he plays really fast and he moves so fast. Like he's moving so fast and also in grass. Like for me, it's really hard to move in grass. I never moved before in grass. I can slide like he slide like he's playing in clay. Like and so that makes a big difference. Like playing Yannick is so difficult, and also because he has like backhand and forehand like really hard from both sides. So for me, like I'm lefty, you know, I like to play like cross forehand to his backhand, and his backhand is like really good. Like he completely don't let you in the backhand, And when I play Carlitos, Carlitos wasn't like when I play Yannick, he was like top 10 also, like he was 8, I
Yeah.
think. When I play Carlitos, he was 30 still. Like he was unbelievable, but I could take a set to him. Like I play better.
You were the only one to take a
Yeah.
set off of him. That, by the way, that tournament, you were the only
Yeah.
one to take a set off
Yeah, I
of
played really good
him,
also.
which is
With
something.
Carlitos, I play really good. I think he plays with more like top spin than Yannick, so that makes me a little bit easier for me to like to keep the rallies in like yeah, I don't know. It's really I prefer when someone play with top spin than playing like Yannick more flat. So I think, and also Carlitos in the backhand, I mean, it's unbelievable, but his forehand is like his best, I think, his best shot. So I could play like to his backhand, and I have like little more like time for like to think. But when I play Carlos, I remember like he plays a shot, and you don't have time like to think because he's like jumping the other side of the court, like he's moving so fast. Like if you don't play a good shot, he's like you watch and he's a winner already. He moves so fast. I think also the most surprise was his power and his pace is like unbelievable.
Who would you rather face? Like if you had to,
He just said.
had
I
to
think
pick,
I
like,
think he just
match-
explained.
What sorry, can you repeat?
Like who's worse for you to face? Like you would rather, if you had to a match that you really had to win, who would you rather not face, Sinner or Alcaraz?
Oof. I mean, I think I prefer maybe playing like Yannick in clay court, like French
Yeah.
Open, maybe. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just
maybe
about to
because
say you have
it's
to
my
tell him
best
the
surface.
surface
And
also. Yeah.
Carlitos,
Yeah.
yeah, Carlitos in clay, I think is wow, it's really tough. I mean, he's so good in clay. But in the other surface, like if I have to play like hard court or grass, I mean Carlitos won to Wimbledon, but probably I pick maybe Carlitos in hard court and Yannick in clay.
Okay. Fair points. Fair points. Then also,
Which-
Juan, you touched on this in the beginning, and you said, I remember you said that Djokovic, what you really liked about him is how he treats the players. Do you have any specific interaction you had with him, or any story you had with him, to feel the way you feel about him?
Well, first when I was like playing futures and starting to play, I didn't know him, of course, but you receive like ATP messages, and like we always receive like message that Novak was helping players in future, players in challengers, like he was involving, in helping the other
Wow.
players, not at the top, and for us it was like, I mean, really amazing, like having a legend like him, like interesting in us in the sport. I mean, I think that like give me really like he's like a legend. And then when I
Yeah.
won Cordoba, like he followed me on Instagram, and like he comment my post, and he's like, I think like clapped, like congratulating me, and I was like, what? I mean, the goat. He's how does he know that I'm winning like an ATP? Like how is he watching? Like he's really
Wow.
really interested in the sport. I mean, and I think that when I saw him like in the Grand Slam, he always like really nice person, like saying hi and talking. Also, my brother have a talk with him a lot, and he's really nice guy, and I think that's what makes he even better than he is.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Uh,
That's awesome.
I'm sure you were going crazy probably when he followed you on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Like my friend starts writing on me, "Oh, Novak, just comment you," and I was like, yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Awesome.
Insane.
Then I wanted to ask you, did you watch the match live in Roland Garros, your brother against Djokovic?
Yeah, I mean, I watched in TV. No, I wasn't there in French Open
You weren't there.
because
You weren't there.
yeah, I was
How
like,
were you watching with your family? Were you watching with your?
yeah, with my dad, with
Oh,
my dad and
how
sister.
was that experience? Because he was playing
Crazy.
amazing. It was an amazing match. I think it was one of my favorite matches last year.
Yeah, he
And
played really good. I think, yeah, he
yeah,
was playing his best tennis of his life, I think.
yeah,
I thought he was going to win because he was playing like really
yeah,
good. I think he was break in the fourth set.
Yeah.
And when he lose that break, like I knew, I don't know why, like I felt like he was going to lose because he was playing like
Yeah.
really, really good. And
Yeah.
at first I thought like he's going to win because he was playing like amazing. I mean, Novak, he has the problem with the knee. Like, of course,
Yeah.
he's still running, but you were showing him like he was mentally, I think, struggling a little bit with the knee. And my brother
Yeah.
Fran was playing unbelievable, so I thought he would win. But then
Yeah.
when Novak breaks in, I think it was 4-3, he put 4-4 in the fourth set. Like he put a backhand down the line, like winner, like unbelievable to the line. And
Yeah.
I don't know how you say when you say like, come on, like he made something.
Celebrate.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
celebrate. He
celebrating.
celebrates, and I say like, no, like now we're done. Like yeah, like he's the goat, and we're done. And yeah, and that happened. Like yeah, it was I think he lose, and then in the final set, it was like unbelievable, impossible to beat him. Like
Yeah.
Then it must have been painful. But I'm sorry I'm asking this question. But then after that match, the knee injury seemed to be significant, and he retired from the tournament. Did you guys feel a certain way after that? Like just let him win then, or
yeah, I
it
mean,
doesn't, or that doesn't go in your mind?
maybe not me because
Yeah.
I'm a tennis player who plays, and I know how injuries are. I mean, you can feel an injury in the match, but you can't say like, oh, like I broke my knee. Like you can't say in the match. I mean, you are not like a physio, you are not a doctor, so if you
Yeah.
can play with some pill or something, like you are going to do everything to win, and then you're going to see like if you can play or not. So for me, I
Yeah.
wasn't like mad with him, but my family, like my cousins, aunts, like uncles, father, like everyone was like, yeah, so mad with Novak. Like why he didn't let him win? Like he already have 24 Grand Slams. Why that's like retire one?
True,
Yeah.
true. Then along the same lines, Juan. So you watched, I think, live the Friends final also against Fonseca the other week.
No, I was playing like qualifying in Rio. Like it was
Oh,
crazy.
you left. You didn't see the.
I was
You weren't
playing like
there.
I was playing like a final of qualifying in Rio against Faria Jaime, and I was 5-4
Yeah.
up first set, and I had with my serve, and then suddenly all the crowd in the stadium was like full there in Rio. I started to
Yeah.
like to scream everything, Joao Fonseca, Fonseca, and I was like, no way. I mean, like he knows, no, and I
Wow.
was like, I can't
Everyone's
believe
happy,
this.
but you're not happy.
Yeah, like I can't believe this situation, everyone, and they were screaming at me like, he with your brother, he with your brother. It was like
Oh wow.
Oh
Oh
yeah, yeah, yeah.
no.
I
Oh
remember
no.
you mentioned this after, right? You mentioned this.
everyone started screaming he was my brother, and I was like, I mean, laughing, but I said like, no way, he lost it. But Joao, yeah, Fonseca is really good. I mean, he's so good. I think he's gonna be like top player because
Yeah.
his shots are unbelievable. He crushed every ball. And yeah, but then I lose the set. I lose like 7-5, like 3 games in a row. Like, and I was so mad.
Wow.
Yeah, luckily, luckily I won like 6-4, 6-4
Yeah,
then,
but
but
Oh
was
nice.
so mad.
Well done, well done, well done that you held your composure there.
and that's a
Yeah,
very good win because Faria, he has been playing really good tennis.
yeah, really
That
good.
was
Then
very
he
good.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he entered like lucky loser, and he played quarterfinals. Yeah, he break
Yeah.
top 100. Yeah, really good player.
Yeah. Very nice. Then, Juan, I guess these past 2 weeks, lot, all the talk in the tennis world has been about, this doping thing and how's doping, and then, like, people are trying to understand the entire doping system. And, because we don't know what it's like as players. So, and we heard some weird stories about like in the next gen ATP finals, Jakub Menchik, they told him to do a test in the middle of the match. And what's it like for players to like the doping? How often are you guys tested? And can you give us like an example of what it's like?
But it's really tough. I think the doping really like hard for us because when you're top 100, you have to put like you have an app. and you have the
Yeah.
location like to put every night where you're sleeping, like every night. I mean, we travel like all time we're traveling, so we have to
Wow.
every time we travel we have to put every location, and then we have to put like a time slot that we are going to be in that location. So we put like, I don't know, like in the morning, like 6, 7, when you are sleeping. So
Wow.
every day, you have to put the location and the time. So doping can be in your house, like in the location you put, like every time you put that time. So I mean, it's really hard because, for example, some one time you forgot to change the location and you weren't at home. Like if doping came, you have like one strike, and then you have three. If you have three strikes, you are like suspended.
Yeah.
So I think it's really hard because mentally it's really stressful. Like every time you are changing the app and the time slot, and maybe some you are sleeping, for example, I don't know, like it happened to me. Like when I was sometime injured, for example, and I was in my house like injured, like just I went like for example I went out like to a disco, for example, one like Saturday it was, and when I came like to sleep, like I was starting to sleep like yeah, so late, like 6 a.m. and suddenly like the doping came, and I was like, no way, like
Wow.
who
Oh
was?
wow.
I mean,
To
Rough.
your house.
until yeah, to my house, and it's like
Oh
I'm
wow.
I'm not even playing. Like I was already 1 month like injured. I was even playing. They came, and it's like really hard, like it gets to
Oof.
you like really. Yeah, I get mad when they came, but I mean I
Yeah.
know it's work and I know we have
Yeah.
to do it, but yeah, it's really hard for mentally and also to do it like every time, every day. It's really hard.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't imagine how tough that is because like uh, to like they're not allowing you to make any mistakes basically, and not by mistakes by doping, just mistakes by, let's say, not updating your phone, or like
Yeah,
it seems extremely tough.
I
It,
wasn't aware of that. You had to put it every day, this
yeah, and
yeah,
location
so
and time. I didn't
every
know
day.
that.
Every
that's
day is crazy,
that's
and also you have
and you
blood
have the
tests. You have to do like a urine test and you have to do blood tests. So it's both, and
Wow.
you can't make a mistake. I mean, it's not just the putting the time. It's like, for example, I said I went out to a club that night. I can
yeah.
drink any glass, I can drink anything. Like you just have to be really, really care about because of contamination. So it's really
Yeah.
Oh.
stressful.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
when they come to your house, you have to do a urine and blood test.
Yeah, urine and blood test. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you're coming at 6 a.m. probably just like you're super tired. You just want to
No,
sleep.
imagine. Yeah, it's crazy.
And they
Like
tell you,
crazy.
now come on, urine test. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. Like you're in there and you
Yeah.
can't say no because if not, it's a strike, and
Yeah.
Oof.
it's not good to have strikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's rough.
Because isn't that how Yimmer he got suspended because he
See me
missed
three
three times
times. Yeah, see me
he
three
missed it
Yeah.
three
times. So
times.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he me three
And
times.
Brooksby the same thing. Brooksby was the same.
Brooksby. No, I think Brooksby, but Brooksby also got positive, or he missed three times. I don't know that.
Oh,
He missed three times.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember, and I don't
Yeah,
want.
me too,
Yeah.
neither.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But
that's
when what are your thoughts, Juan, on the whole Yannick Sinner situation?
I mean, it's really hard. I think it's really hard to speak like without knowing the situation. As I said, imagine you can contaminate from everywhere. I mean, also you can think he's the number one. He has like an amazing team, so it's maybe harder for him to make mistakes that maybe I
Yeah.
can make. But I mean, also he's a human. Like he must have his life, his own friends. I don't know. So maybe should I don't know. I mean, it's really hard. I think for me to speak without knowing, like I don't know anything, it's really hard.
Yeah.
I think yeah, it is like I mean, it's weird that ADP didn't tell us anything like when he got positive first time, like he could still playing. And I mean, I don't know, maybe he has the right to play. Maybe I don't know, but I think maybe also like all the players could have that possibility. For example, I don't think if I got positive, I could still play. Like for sure I'll be suspended and probably I don't know. I think that's the only thing that maybe is a little bit weird, but I don't know. Yannick is a really good guy. I don't think he cheated for sure, but I don't know. I mean, really hard for me to speak, not knowing anything.
Yeah, but around in the locker room, I think most of the players, it's not an issue with Yannick as much as it's just an issue with the entire system. Correct? Is that how like you and
Yeah.
players feel in general? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing against Giannis. I mean, the system is it's really weird. Like, I mean, the way they handle the situation is like, as I said, for sure, if it happened to me, like I didn't receive the same. For me, I think it will be hard to receive the same like treat. I don't know. It's really the system is hard. I mean, I think it's hard and it's weird. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a tough. It's very, it's hard to have because like you said, we don't have all the information, so it's tough to reach a conclusion. But I think what everyone agrees on is that the entire system, there's something wrong and that needs to be fixed.
Yes, I mean that's for sure. Yeah, the
Yeah.
system is weird and also it's really hard to know without knowing like all the information. Like I think it's really hard to speak.
Yeah.
All right, Juan. So thanks so much for your time, by the way. But we're close to wrapping this up. But we're really happy to talk to you.
You're a beast.
So we want to ask you some rapid fire questions. So some quick questions, and you tell us, your immediate thoughts. The first thing that comes to mind. All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So who's the toughest opponent you've ever faced?
Sinner or Alcaraz?
Yeah, makes sense. Who has the nastiest slice backhand on tour?
You mean nothing like bad
Good.
or really good?
Best.
Really
Best.
good. Best. Really
Ah.
good.
Really good. Oof. That I face probably one Czech guy beat Kopriva or Mariano Navone.
Okay.
Mariano Navone.
Okay, that was unexpected. What about the hardest serve you had to return?
Kevin Anderson or Nicolas Jarry.
Okay, good ones.
And you
Big-
beat Kevin Anderson.
Yeah, well done. Biggest forehand you've played?
Thank Yeah, Alcaraz or my brother.
Ooh.
Yeah, your brother was crushing it in Argentina. Biggest backhand?
I mean, I already said. Also,
Sinner.
yeah, it could be Sinner, Kopriva or Navone, both three. Really good backhand.
Okay. All right. Who's the best returner you faced?
Sinner. Yeah, Yannick Sinner.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, okay.
Who's the quickest?
Carlitos Alcaraz or Monfils.
Ooh. Nice. All right. Grand Slam or Olympic gold medal?
Grand Slam.
Oh, no.
Grand Slam.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Nice. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you, Juan.
I was
Because
saying, I
we-
was
we
saying
had
gold
the-
medal. No, can you explain why, please? Can you explain why the Grand Slam?
Because in tennis, I mean, Grand Slam is like the most thing you can achieve. I mean, in terms of money, in terms of legacy, in terms of history, I think the most important thing in tennis is like Grand Slam.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, Juan, just to let you know, because a few episodes ago, we had the conversation, Olympic gold medal or Grand Slam. And I was the only one that said Grand Slam, and they both said Olympic gold. So you
Yeah.
are a professional player that said Grand Slam. Thank you. We're on
I
the
mean,
same team.
Olympic medal is so happy for my country. I mean, I would love to do
Yeah.
it. If I have to choose one, it's like a Grand Slam.
And which is also tougher to win. 5 sets, 7 rounds.
Yeah, of course,
that's
of course. It's tougher.
Yeah.
And also some
Of
players
course.
doesn't go to
I
Olympics.
agree.
Yes, exactly.
I agree.
Listen to the man. Listen to the
I
man, guys. Thank you, Juan, for telling them.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm not gonna spam. I'm not gonna spam you on Instagram. Sorry.
All right. Well, how about let's ask you a couple of questions off the court, Juan. How do you like to relax and have fun off the court?
Listening to music, watching some series, and
Any recommendations?
Your favorite series?
Game of Thrones, Peaky Blinders.
Yes. Nice.
And music.
Very nice.
music I hear, I like to listen Bad Bunny. I don't know if you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spanish and
Nice.
maybe reggaeton, some trap, something of that.
All right. Nice. Favorite football club? Are you River Plate or Boca Juniors?
I'm River Plate, yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Nice. Nice. Well, if you were to have dinner with one character, one person in the world, Juan, alive or dead, real or not real, who would it be?
I think I know the answer.
I mean, had real or not real? I mean, I will ask like Jesus Christ, like, are you real?
Nice.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Respect.
Very nice.
Respect. And if you weren't a tennis player, what would you be?
Well, something with sport. I think, yeah, I would like to play football, for example, or another sport.
Okay.
Always sports,
Awesome.
huh?
Cool.
Yeah,
The
always.
athletic dude, athletic family. We hear you.
Have to
We
stay
hear
in
you.
sports. Yeah,
Alright.
well, I have nothing else. You guys have anything?
I just have
anything else?
one.
Haroon, go.
One last question about PK came out in an interview talking about that you wanted to remove the second serve and also make a deciding point instead of deuce and advantage. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think any rules need to change in tennis?
Well, it's really, yeah, really hard question. I mean, I don't like to be like, to be like in tennis politics, but I mean, I like to play with two serves. I like to play with the deuce with advantage because it's better, I think, for me. But I don't know. Maybe if you want to like to have more views in tennis, I don't know. Maybe if it's better or not. I mean, no idea, honestly.
Okay.
But
But
I think it should.
you as
I
a
will
viewer,
think-
you don't care.
No, I prefer playing with advantage and with two serves. I mean, it's better. I mean, all my life I play like that.
Yeah. But when you
Well,
watch, do you care?
No, because I'm fan. Like I love tennis, so I can watch like 8 hours of tennis with no problem.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome. Man.
Then, Juan, I want to ask you one last thing, and especially since you're from Argentina, and currently the world champions in paddle. We for the past few years, we've become big fans of paddle, and we play paddle. Are you a fan of paddle? Do you like paddle, or you don't play it that much?
I
You
mean,
don't
I
it?
like paddle. I really like playing, and I don't play too much. But I'm not like a fan of paddle tour. I don't watch paddle. I
Yeah.
know some things, but I mean, I don't know too much. But I really like the sports. Really, really nice. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how about this? We'll leave you with one last question, Juan, which is, well, you've already made it to the top 100 on the tennis tour, which is already a great accomplishment. What advice would you give to young players who are looking to follow in your footsteps? Those from young players from Argentina or from all over the world. What's some advice you have for some up and coming players?
Well, if they are kids, like to learn tennis, don't get mad if they lose. Just to learn and keep learning, and don't get frustrated because the path is so long and you have a lot to win, and so it doesn't matter the result when you're young. You have to improve your tennis, so when you become a pro, you can enjoy it and you can have like good time in tennis.
Awesome. Man.
Awesome. Awesome.
By the way, we could stay
Juan-
for hours talking to you. By the
Yeah,
way,
so-
really. Like, this
Thank
is,
you
this is
for giving us all this
so
time.
much fun
It's been
for us.
it's been awesome. It's been awesome. Thanks, Juan, for letting us have a nice conversation with you. You're a really cool dude, and you play some awesome tennis. We're gonna be rooting for you.
3 hardcore fans.
Yeah. You got yourself some fans. So just keep it up, and
Hopefully, we get to do this sometime in the future again. And,
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We'll
That'd
be-
be nice.
We'll
Nice
be
time
following
here.
you closely. We'll be following you closely.
Next time you win a tournament, Juan, you hop on the pod.
Yes. No, hopefully very soon.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'll
Okay.
wait for you.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you very much.
Vamos. Those
Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck with your next matches, Juan.
awesome meeting you, man. Awesome meeting you.
Thank
Have a
you.
nice day.
So see you.
See you,
Thank
man.
Yeah. See you.
See you
Bye-bye.
soon. Bye.
Right. Well, guys, that wraps up our show here. Follow, subscribe to the TSH Tennis channel so you can get all your updates on everything happening in the tennis world. Subscribe and we'll meet you here every week. to keep you posted on what's going on in the tennis world.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.